For our documentary, we have chosen the subject of Photoshop. As young teenage girls, we find that photoshopping is a strong topic to choose, and we feel like it's created like a stereotypical image of how we should feel that we should look like, and it gives us pressure on ourselves and our self-esteem.
We aim to inform the general public on how big an issue photoshopping is and how it can result into serious health issues for young girls mainly, such as it can cause anorexia and also it can cause self-esteem issues. And we've decided to choose on Photoshop as we feel like not many people address the issue, so we want to inform everyone about it.
We want people to understand that the perfect person doesn't exist, and you're basically letting someone dictate the way you feel about yourself. Like, we personally, when we were younger, we were given Barbie dolls who like reflect like what the perfect teenage girl is supposed to be like. So when we grew up and we weren't like that, it like affected self-esteem, made us feel inadequate. As part of pre-production, before we can like film, we've created a storyboard, which is basically just like a draft of what we were going to film. So we've used it as like a summary. So we started with a picture of a girl who's dropping the cards with different like facts on them. So when she's throwing them down, it's like letting the audience infer like negativity and how fed up she is of like being controlled.
We've also used a video of a woman, and this is like a really pretty woman, and she's been gradually photoshopped, and you can see the differences of the woman, and because she's so pretty, it makes it clear that there's no need for it to be photoshopped, but it's just like it's making everything look too perfect, and it's all a bit unnecessary.
Throughout the entire documentary, we'll have a voiceover for the sections where we'll actually Photoshop someone ourselves to show how easy it's done. And we'll have the Pretty Hurts music by Beyonce, as it'll show this song if it conveys it, the emotion and how we didn't need to be this bigger.
And at the end, we're having like a quote showing like a shot with just a simple quote to like leave it in the audience's mind, like how much of a problem this is, so they can speak about it after it's been finished. Our target audience is like mainly females because we feel like they're the ones that are being targeted the most. So it's like young females to old females.
And as young females ourselves, and having this issue like make our self-esteem low, we wanted to mainly address it then. So by involving facts and examples, this will like understand, and the viewers will be more enticed by our documentary.
So by using the facts and examples, it's intriguing the target audience to want to know more, because we're giving them a better insight of the content of the subject we've chosen. So we've taken ourselves to assign each other roles and responsibilities to make the process of the pre-production more flowing. So I've chosen for me to present information on camera, speak on the camera and represent the information and what we're trying to get across.
I chose to do the filming and the final editing by adding in the music, as I feel like personally I'm quite good at that.
And I'm going to do the scripting and organising for the documentary, so like everything gets done on a deadline, so you manage it. Another part of pre-production before any filming can be done is we've created a risk assessment to see if there's like any harm or problems can become relevant during filming.
One risk that might happen when filming is electrocution, but it's very low that will happen. And to avoid this risk, we will make sure we don't film anywhere with liquids or substances, and also if we film outside, we'll be very careful by using equipment.
Another risk I thought was quite, I thought personally it was quite important. Well, it's not physical, but it's any loss of footage, because it's a medium risk. But say if we filmed something, we uploaded it onto a software and it was deleted, we'd have to refilm the footage all over again, and that would jeopardise our time scale and the set pre-production we've set ourselves. Therefore, we'd have to put it back onto a system and back it all up and duplicate our data.
We've decided to film in our school because it's like a low budget to film there, and we can get like different opinions from different members of the faculty, like in whatever subjects they do. Like photography, they'd probably be for it, but something else like English probably wouldn't. So you get different opinions from the pupils as well, because it's more of their age.
So overall, that's what we've chosen to represent, because we feel like it personally it's a strong subject for us, and we want to inform others that may feel the same as us, that we want them to understand the aspects of the subject and the consequences due to the fact we're against it, but some people may be for it.
So it's not just a one-sided argument, because we get more opinions in. That's it.
Okay, just on the idea of you interviewing a range of students, obviously of a range of ages and everything, what sort of would you be looking at in terms of, you obviously want to tell people about photoshopping, but what if you get a student who doesn't even know what photoshopping is? How are you going to inform them to get a response out of them?
We'll probably maybe show examples of we'll probably maybe show our example of how it can affect people, and we'll ask them what they feel when they look at this picture and how it's been changed.
We'll have to show them both sides of the argument,
Yeah.
like say one that makes it look good, one that makes it look bad, and that will sway their decision of how they think it'll win.
Okay, and your risk assessment, is there more information in those two on there, or is it they're the two that you've come up with?
They're the two main ones, because we're filming in the school, so it's not. If we were filming outside, obviously there'd be weather issues.
Remember that there are still risks in school. Obviously, you've got the risk of if there's a fire evacuation, if you're keeping people after school, about people being aware so they're not locked into school, about bells going off, and obviously the travelling around the school, what time of day it would be. So there are a few things that you do still need to consider. As if you're trading wires as well, you're setting up lighting rig, anything like that, you do need to take those into consideration too as well. Okay, well done, thank you.